And we are recording. Hey, everybody, it's your favorite truck driver, ex-truck driver in the whole wide world. It's Bitcoin Ben here with Jwade Crypto from Crypto World on the weekend Crypto Bitcoin Ben, Crypto World, everything crypto. Get your crypto here.
Yeah, I like that name. Maybe we should get that domain name, whatever you said.
Yeah.
It's 30 yeah, it's like 40 letters at .com, whatever.
Look like a private key.
Yes. No, absolutely. And speaking of that, we're having a session at Crypto World this upcoming Tuesday where we're going to have basically a breakdown of using a wallet. So for those that are new,
Ah,
yeah, we're going to educate folks on how to use a wallet, how it works. We'll probably break down a few wallets like the Trezor, the Ballet wallet, and also maybe some Exodus, right? So
there you go.
we'll get people involved.
Absolutely. Hey guys, check that out. That's on that
Tuesday
looks
mornings,
like
yeah, Tuesday mornings from 9 to 11.
yep, and I think that one coming up will be the 10th of May. So make sure that you come out to Crypto World and learn how to use a crypto wallet.
Yeah,
It,
next time we might do the your laptop there here, Ben. Just have somebody maybe go through it. We'll record it. We'll do it live, and yeah,
absolutely.
I think that would be a good one. Have the Calyx Solution laptop demoed.
Absolutely. In fact, maybe I come out there for a Tuesday, shoot the show live there.
Yeah, well,
And
you're always welcome to come into our world over here.
oh, as it that that place is like for a crypto guy, that place is like heaven. It's like
Oh,
walking into a candy store.
yeah, it's like our own little mini Disney, right? So we had somebody come in yesterday. His eyes the whole time were so wide open. He was like, "Oh my gosh, I never thought this would exist."
Yeah,
So he just
heaven,
right,
heaven.
yeah. We started carrying Bitcoin, so maybe we should start carrying like Bitcoin candy bars or something like that, or beer maybe. So
Hey, there's a place that
yeah,
actually makes friggin' Bitcoin beer.
I heard
Yeah,
about that. I think that would be good. Get those guys in here.
absolutely. And yeah, we'll actually show them the ins and outs and pros of having your very own crypto laptop so that you have your own environment, your own laptop that is strictly for cryptos and crypto trading and wallets and it's there's a reason that these laptops are as popular as they are because you you literally you have a clean slate and then you work with professionals at Crypto World and they show you what to do, what not to do, and how to use wallets, and you take a few classes at Crypto World. Next thing you know, you're off and running, and you're off and running secure with a crypto only laptop. And speaking of that, I might as well throw out the telephone number. If you are interested in a crypto laptop, number one choice, go to Crypto World. Walk in and go, Jeff, you good looking mother plucker. I want a crypto laptop. And he will hook you up. Or you give us a call, 702 845 8276, and we will walk you through the website on actually buying and getting all the exchanges, all the wallets you want set up. We make it, we ship it to you. Or if you want, we'll actually ship it to Crypto World and you pick it up there, your choice. And voila, you're off and running safely. So, Jeff, or Jay, wait, what you got? What didn't you have someone out at crypto? No. You guys were at a school or something recently, weren't you?
Yeah, so basically, our foundation side, what we're doing is we're going out and speaking to students, high school students, just educating them on the basic foundation of Bitcoin and this technology. So what we did is we went to a high school out in Wright City, Missouri. They invited us out to speak to their students. We recorded the whole thing, so if anybody wants to watch it, it's on our YouTube page. But it was pretty cool. It was our first one that we did, and basically what I did is I contacted the founder of Ballet Wallets. His name is Bobby Lee. So
Good guy.
if you know Charlie Lee, who's the founder of Litecoin, that's his brother. But he created this very simple, easy to use cold wallet. And basically, I spoke to him and told him what we were going to do. And he actually said that he would donate, a good amount of Ballet wallets for our project. So basically, I preloaded the Ballet wallets with increments of 5, 10, 20, 50, and $100. And then I told the class, I said, hey, I'm going to present about Bitcoin and mining and the foundation of this technology into the why aspect. And then I'm going to ask, 20 questions. And you should have seen it. As soon as I said that, these kids got their pen and paper, their notebook, and they started writing every single word that came out of my mouth for like 40 minutes. But I wanted the kids to be able to not only just listen to a lecture, but I want them to be involved in some capacity. Because if we, had these ballet wallets that we were giving away for free to the students, and they had the opportunity to get anywhere from $5 to $100. They would go through the process of, how do I install this app or download this app, and how do I know what's in here? How do I convert it to fiat? How do I convert it to a different crypto? So it gets them thinking. And we're, from this project, I'm hoping that more and more kids take the pill, as far as, and it intrigues them, and then they talk about it and they tell people, they tell their parents. So now it's, similar to like my situation. It's like once you kind of take a peek into it, and then you get a taste of it, it's like, oh my gosh, where have I been? Like, this thing is going to take over the world. So I want them to also have that type of mentality to, it may not, the 20 students that participate or got the ballet wallets, even if 2 or 3 of those kids get to a place where they're very active on it, and they're passionate about it and they love it and so forth, it's 2 or 3 more students that could be a future business owner, or a future politician, or somebody that could help pave the way for this future. So it was pretty cool. Now I'm getting, I posted the video on our social media, and we're getting really good traction on it. I sent it to Bobby Lee. He's going to send it out to his contacts, and we're hoping to be able to do these type of things and go out to more high schools. And also, one of the things for our nonprofit is we want to go to like inner cities, and also talk to them about something like this, and hand out ballet wallets. And in the inner cities, there's 4 or 5 plus million people that don't have bank accounts for reasons that it's like we're the richest country in the world, but there's many people in the U.S. that don't have bank accounts. It's kind of crazy concept. So I'd like to take that on, with Crypto World being there to help educate. But it's exciting, it's fun. We get a lot of people that are very motivated and intrigued in this. So our angle is to be able to educate the community, the high school students. We're also, as you know, we're very active in the political scene, so we're educating politicians about this. I think I told you you were out of town, but we had Vicky Hartzler here at the store. She's a congresswoman,
Yeah,
and she has no clue on crypto, but she's seeing this on her desk because they're talking about it in Congress. So she wanted to understand this technology before she made any decisions on which way she wanted to to either vote for or against or whatsoever. So we were able for almost 2 hours educate her on the why aspect, and she was just like blown away. She was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So the more folks that are in politics, whether it's local or in the federal level, that just take a few hours to understand the basic concept, that the better it is for us to help with the rising tide, the mass adoption, to help out the whole industry. So that's kind of why we're here. It's our passion. Uh, you know, it's something that when we built this 7 months ago, we wanted to focus on the education aspect, even though that it's not our main revenue channel. But at the same time, we love it. We love what we're doing. So pretty cool stuff so far that's going on.
yeah, and just to actually get it out there early in the show, what's your guys' address out there?
Yeah, so we're located 2788 Muegge Road in St. Charles, Missouri. So we're right off Cave Springs and 70. We're probably 7, 8 minutes past the Missouri River once you cross, that the from St. Louis to St. Charles. But yeah, we're right off the highway, so we're very close. If you see Target and Home Depot, we're very close to those two big shopping areas.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's the way cryptos are growing, and the week the weekly adoption. We just heard last week that s- I want to say it's Central Africa it's like a region or it's a legal area called Central Africa. They're actually adopting Bitcoin as a legal currency, just like El Salvador did. And that's a big deal. That's another, country using it as a legal tendered,
Yeah, the Central African Republic is
yes,
the
yep,
second country to adopt Bitcoin after El Salvador. So yeah, you're going to see more and more countries adopt it. With everything going on in the world and economy, and it just makes sense. So for those that hear about this, we're not replacing the dollar, right? They're just adding on another currency that can be utilized as a mode in a way to use in the country, right? So we can use that for transactions, to pay taxes, to do trade. So it's pretty interesting where it's going. Very exciting, and you're going to see, I think, more countries, especially countries that are third world countries, or countries that that,
absolutely.
that don't have much of a middle class. It's going to benefit those countries, a lot. So stay tuned. I guess we'll see what else happens by the end of this year.
Oh, yeah. And just like you said, it isn't replacing the US dollar or even their local currency. It's the equivalent of when you open your wallet, you have a Visa, you have a MasterCard, you have another Visa, you know, which whichever one is more applicable to your situation is what you use. And when you're living in a third world country with a highly fluctuating currency locally, then Bitcoin is invaluable because you have a you have a local currency that is not as strong as you would hope it would be. So actually doing this gives you another option, and maybe you don't want to use the US dollar, or you can't get a hold of US dollars in your area. That happens a lot in these like middle of nowhere countries. It isn't that they don't want to use the US currency. It's they simply don't have access to it. And Bitcoin gives them the the option of holding an appreciating asset as a currency, which prior to they did not have that option. And that's a big deal because we're actually talking millions and millions of people that are now learning and educating themselves on cryptocurrency, and they'll use it just like in El Salvador.
Yeah, and then you're seeing things. I don't know if you saw, California governor who's Democrat, but you're seeing things like, he issues an executive order on crypto as the state embraces more blockchain technology, which means they're seeing now the benefit of this because this technology mostly, I would say that most conservative and most libertarians are adopting this technology. But it's good to see that even the liberal states, right, that are California, that are looking at this technology and thinking, what, we may not believe 100% on decentralization, or we may not believe 100% on less power from the government, but with this technology, there's some benefits to it where what we talked about earlier as far as the unbankable. This is going to extremely, it's going to benefit folks that are in that don't have bank accounts. Is going to benefit a lot of those things. This technology it's not just, it is, the cool thing about this, I think I heard this, that it doesn't, with blockchain technology and Bitcoin, it doesn't look at the color of your skin, right?
Yep.
It's something that it can't be tainted, and it's basically a code of law that's set, and it doesn't look at things like that as far as in what we do today. People are judged, people are tainted. It's for us where we were born to be sinful, and it's just a human thing. And with this technology, it's trustless. You don't rely on error. You don't rely on what color your skin is, or how much power you have, or how much money you have. So it's neat that now you're seeing states like California embrace it, like Texas and
Yeah.
also Wyoming, and it's going to move, like I said, like we talked about other countries. It's gonna be huge in the U.S. as we see moving forward.
Yeah, it's literally cryptocurrencies. They don't care. They're code. It's it's like when you send an email. The email doesn't care what color you are. It doesn't care who you're sending it to. It just executes the code. And cryptos, all they do is execute the code. They do what they're meant to do with absolutely no bias, and they cannot be controlled. Excuse me. And that's what makes them attractive. to everybody. Whether, and I've said this for years on my show, mark my words, California will be the first state to issue its own cryptocurrency. Mark my words.
Yeah. Well, this was recorded, so I guess we can go back and say, you know what? Remember that radio show that we did? Go back and watch it.
Yeah, it's we are reversing history, but we're moving forward technologically. And what I mean by we are reversing history, prior to the Revolutionary War and the Civil War, there we had you had New York had its own currency. Virginia had its own currency. Georgia had its own currency. It has the Dixie dollar, and it's that's one of the reasons that we are a republic now, a constitutional republic, and not a confederacy. If we would have had cryptocurrencies in 1770, then we wouldn't have a republic because the currencies would have worked. The reason that we left or we evolved the Constitution out of a confederacy was the currencies because it was too hard to actually trade all of these different currencies, and people tried silver. That's where our U.S. dollar originally got its name. Was the Mexican pilar. I don't remember exactly how they pronounced it, but
with their peso or their dinero, or
yeah,
yeah.
but in the old days, it was actually called like a dolor, or it had like a slang to it. But
Mm.
we actually took that word and we Americanized it into the dollar, and that that word has a legal definition in our Constitution of it's a certain weight worth of silver is worth $1.
Gotcha.
And but the reason that we scrapped the old structure of America and we went with the republic was so we could have one shared currency. Now, as we moved into the Civil War, that was something else. That's when we had the South launch the Confederacy dollar, and that's when Abraham Lincoln, after uh, the Civil War, he launched the greenback, Well, after he got assassinated, they eliminated the greenback, and they actually went back to a different structured currency that was actually based on gold and not silver. And that was a big deal in itself. And historically, if you want to know why, I can tell you, because in the old days, the globalist money was gold. The nationalist money was silver. It's the equivalent of if, like, Joe Biden and Trump were around, back then. Trump would have actually been for silver, and Joe Biden would have wanted us to use, gold, because gold was the king's money, and silver was the people's money. In fact, silver historically was looked at more like cryptocurrencies are now,
Wow.
because silver was not uh, globally recognized as a valuable metal. Gold was.
Ben, we're got to take a small break here. I know you're so full of
Yeah,
history knowledge. You're like the Highlander, man. I'm like, how does he know all this? But
I'm full of something.
yeah, you sure are. I'm amazed. So yeah, we'll be back here in the second half after a commercial break, and we can get more into your Highlander days.
There we go. We'll be right back, folks.
Did you know that you can sit down one-on-one with me or one of our other experts here at Crypto World? We can help you open up your first wallet, roll over your retirement into crypto, move large amounts of crypto safely, give you advice on how and what to mine, and more. If you could use expert guidance along your crypto journey, we are here to help. Visit our website to schedule your consultation today.
And we're back here on a beautiful Saturday, I'm assuming,
Yeah,
judging by the weather report. We are recording this on, what is this, Wednesday or Thursday?
this is Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo, Drinko de Biro,
Yeah,
that's
that's cerveza. So
cerveza.
yeah, my team is actually next door. They're celebrating Cinco de Mayo, so I told them I had to join you guys or join Bitcoin Ben for this weekly show. So I'd rather do this, and then I can do that later.
There
But
you go. There you go. I am enjoying some delicious water
yeah,
because
yeah, it's
I
funny you were talking about Mexican history, so it ties right along, right? So
oh, absolutely.
Cinco de Mayo and agua that you're drinking, and the greenbacks moving into
Yeah.
after the war. But that's all pretty interesting. I didn't know that the U.S. had multiple currencies before the war, before Civil War, and I
Oh,
pride
yeah.
myself with knowing history. I love history, and it's
Yep.
kind of
And
when you talked earlier about if cryptocurrency was available back in the day. Can you imagine like how many lives would be saved now?
yep.
Because how many people died chasing gold, right? So
It,
it's like
yep.
holy, it's probably in the millions over time because gold has been something that every country has been trying to acquire as much as possible. And from the back in the day and the Aztec days and Vikings and even with like the Roman empires. So it's kind of, you think about that, how many like lives could be saved if there was a currency that can't be tainted, something that's decentralized, something
Yep.
that's trustless. But it's pretty interesting though.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. In fact, if if gold or if cryptocurrencies were available years ago, the Aztecs would be around right now. The reason that the Aztecs are no longer around was whenever the Spanish showed up, they they didn't realize that the Aztecs they used because America's got a ton of gold. We have gold all over the place, and the Aztecs in South America or in Central America and the Americas, us, North America, uh, we have a ton of gold. And the Aztecs used it as for everything because they didn't use it for money, though. And the Spanish showed up and they would trade everything for this worthless yellow metal that the Aztecs were like, wait, you'll trade us a ship for this for this junk that lays around all over our mountains? And they're like, well, yeah, that's gold. Well, the Spanish, once they realized that the Aztec people didn't value gold as like money. In fact, they used it um, more as like a a decoration on their pyramids, and houses. And so what the Spanish did was they went back over. They actually told the king and uh, hey, this is what we need. They got a bunch of blankets that were covered or recovered from the plague, and they brought them over here, traded the blankets with the Aztecs,
Mm.
and that's what wound up wiping out all of the Aztecs. Was
Bring in the plague, and also probably bring in rats, and
yep,
all these things that the Aztecs didn't have. So it's that's pretty interesting. And for people that are new into this crypto space, I tell folks, if you were transporting $1 billion worth of gold from here to Japan, how much security would you need to hire? How much gas would you need to spend? How much time would it take? And so it's Bitcoin being the digital gold. I think if we were to transport $1 billion from here to Japan, it would probably cost $50 million, if not more. But if you were
yeah,
to do it with Bitcoin, you could do it for pennies, and it can get from here to Japan within a few minutes, if not less, without
yeah,
having to hire a security escort or having to fill up a plane or get a plane or, those things are heavy. But it's the way we do things, it's antiquated.
yeah,
And this cryptocurrency and this digital currency, it's gonna. I tell folks, this is a new technology. We had back in the day the printing press, and we had automobiles, we had flight, we had telecommunications, and then we have TV and the internet. Well, this is the new technology. When you can speed up information and you can do something that's borderless, that you can transport a digital item and give ownership to somebody, not only is this an amazing technology, but it also opens up for new innovation. So I'm excited to see, with the internet, it opened up so many things: how we communicate, how we make payments, how we work, how we play online. It just opened up so many things for the world. And taking this blockchain technology and utilizing it into the world and other industries, I'm very fascinated in where it's going to take us in the future, because it's going to really innovate some cool stuff. But yeah, I mean, one thing to add is um, I think I told you, Ben, we kind of tested out the WeFunder platform when I saw you in Miami, and it
Yeah.
was something that we were kind of just like, you know what? And for those that don't know what WeFunder is, it's a crowdfunding platform similar to GoFundMe or Kickstarter, but the difference is it's a equity based raise. So when you're investing $100 to $100,000, you get a share of that company. But so we decided to just try it out and see what would happen. And with WeFunder, the magic number to hit is $50,000 raised. Because if you can raise $50,000 on their platform, then they send out your campaign to all their subscribers and all the people that have invested in different projects. And so they have 1.1 million people that have invested in different projects, that have put in at least $100. But in pretty short time, we were able to get to $50,000 raised for crypto world. So now we're going through what's called the Form C, which is basically the filing with the SEC for crowdfunding. And as soon as we get our Form C filed, I'm very interested to see where the WeFunder takes our campaign, because we calculated that if 1% of their database put in $100, Crypto World would raise over $1.1 million at just 1% putting in $100. So, uh, if we can raise $2, $3, $4, $5 million, that gives us the opportunity to open up more locations, expand our operation, hire more staff, expedite our franchising. We are also in the middle of setting up a hosting facility in Missouri, which we're very excited about, because right now hosting miners is the hottest thing. It's, a lot of people want to mine for Bitcoin. And right now, if you want to mine for Bitcoin, you have to buy eight to, well, the average one is $8,000 to $10,000 for the miners. But they produce a lot of heat. They're very loud, and sometimes you gotta just work on it if it goes down. So hosting is very important, because at my house right now, I'm probably paying 10 cents per kilowatt hour for my electricity. The facilities that we are getting ready to open up, we're able to get it to the customers for roughly 9 cents. So it's cheaper than what you're getting at home. You don't have to mess with the noise. You don't have to mess with the heat, especially during the summertime. And you don't have to worry about maintaining it if it ever goes down. So we're very close on securing roughly about 30 megawatts, which is a pretty big operation.
Nice.
And so one of our business model is providing hosted solutions for our customers. And so, yeah, I mean, if we're able to raise the funding, that would really help us out as far as expanding the hosted solution side. We also are rolling out our first staking node. It's our Cardano node is going to be our first one in 2 weeks. So we have the node live. We went through security checks with it. So we're hoping the next couple of weeks, then we start marketing that node, because at Crypto World, we're getting so many people that come into our store to participate at our crypto over coffee, participate at our Bitcoin over beer events, which are all free. And so we're doing a lot of great things for the community. And all we're doing is, hey, drink the coffee, eat the donuts, drink the beer, do whatever you want, ask the questions. But you could support us by staking your Cardano at our node. And as we open up more proof of stake, like Ethereum, Solana. We'll have probably Divi and Theta and those other ones. So we'll probably have a portfolio of 10 different coins that you could stake. So we're very excited about that because it took us 7 months to get to where we're at, and we've finally figured out, how to keep this business, this crypto world, because it is the first one in the US, if not the world. It's the first one, and we're very excited to be able to say that was created here locally and to expand to other states. I'm super excited about that, and for you, Bitcoin Ben, to have your own location when you move down to Florida. I think that's going to be the
Yep.
neatest thing. So, yeah, a lot of great things that we're doing here, but keep watching us because we're going to do some big things.
Oh, absolutely. You guys are just like, and I knew you would because number one, you're Jwade Crypto. You're in there, and number two, you're the very first brick and mortar crypto centric, you know, established corporation, and it's with the energy from crypto lovers and crypto technology and all of the opportunities that opens up for the general public. What you all do is you offer the trust and the actual guarantees and the uh, the relationships that people need in order to enter into an environment that they may or may not be very, you know, comfortable with right now, but they're very comfortable with you and they see the opportunities of crypto and they're like, well, they're not going nowhere, I know where their shop's at, you know? And so you offer the trust and the opportunity of this growing market.
Yeah, the trust and confidence is definitely what separates us from going online. So, and we've heard horror stories of, people buying stuff online or talking to people asking for help on, hey, I have 700K worth of this. How do I convert that to Ethereum or Bitcoin or convert it to fiat? And all of a sudden they're having you transfer it into their cold wallet, and
Yes.
now you're out of luck. So yeah, I mean it's great. We just had last week we had two guys from Panama that came into our store. They actually own banks, and so they were needing some consulting work done, um, with Michael Carter on how to do custody solutions for their customers, or how to do lending on Bitcoin or Ethereum. So they came to our store and they were looking for also hosted solutions because surprisingly, electricity in Panama is very expensive. So we spoke to them. They took pictures and they just loved what we were doing. So it's pretty neat that industries like banks are starting to realize, like, hey, we need to be, we need to learn about this technology and be innovative with this technology because we're going to be left behind. And if they don't, they're going to be the horse and carriage of the industry. So, so we had them come to our store, a few weeks ago, or I'm sorry, it was last week, and we actually had. I don't know if you're familiar with Aave, but
Yeah.
the only Aave developer in the U.S. is actually here in St. Charles, Missouri, which was surprising. And
What are
Aave,
the odds of that?
yeah, he's like a 25-year-old kid, very smart. We actually had him speak at our last crypto over coffee this Tuesday, and he presented on Aave and DeFi finance, and he spoke brilliantly. It was kind of neat because he kissed it. Keep it simple, stupid, and which is what I like, because we actually had a few people from the radio show that heard us, and they wanted to come down to our store and come down and see what we were all about. And two folks that barely knew anything about crypto, but they came out of it just like amazed. So that was pretty exciting, and we actually have two people from Nashville that's part of the founders group that's coming
Oh yeah,
next week. So they're going to stay
really? What
here.
day?
I think they're coming Monday night and coming for a Tuesday event, and I think leaving Wednesday morning maybe.
Well, I'll
So
tell you what. I'll tell you what. How about I broadcast live my show there on
yeah, yeah,
Tuesday?
I think that would be great. Yeah, I mean pretty. It's just wild that so many people are getting engaged, participating, and it's fun to see, all the excitement that goes on here at Crypto World. So, but yeah, we'd love you to anytime if you could broadcast here. That would be pretty neat. They would love it too. So I think they saw you last at Denver or Dallas. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hey, it's a date. Uh, then officially this Tuesday, which will be, I think it's the 10th, I will be broadcasting live there Tuesday, my show from Crypto World out in St. Charles. And we will have, I'll actually bring out like some crypto laptops and maybe some Calyx solution swag. We,
There you go.
oh yeah, we just got some fancy dancy swag in.
Yeah. Hey, we need to make one like a half Crypto World, half Calyx shirt. That'd be cool.
There we go.
Yeah. So
Crypto Calyx world.
yes.
There we
Yeah.
go.
So
Perfect.
yeah, that'd be cool. I know you're always traveling, so to catch you on a Tuesday is always impossible. So what was the last trip you were at?
Let's see. Last weekend I was in Texas at an event called Float Fest, and it was basically 4 solid days of what resembled Woodstock ish type
Hey,
of
you
environment.
remember those days?
Now,
Yeah.
I'm not
I,
that old.
oh, wait a minute. The 70s, right? It was Woodstock, or the 60s?
No,
Uh,
Woodstock was 1969.
okay. You're not that old. Okay.
No,
That's
no,
good.
God. Let's see. I was actually born in 1975.
No, wow.
Yep. And how old are you? You're
I'm
you.
79, so I'm only
Oh,
a
okay. Yeah.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
all genetics. So it has nothing to do with what I eat or if I exercise. None of that.
Yeah. No doubt. It's so this Tuesday live from Crypto World, and I'll broadcast the show, and then we'll actually do like a meet and greet, and and I'll actually get up and have a little chit chat with the locals there on like laptops or whatever, and we'll have a good old crypto time.
Yeah. So what time does your show air when you do it live? Is it
Uh, 9 o'clock every morning on YouTube, Amazon, Rumble, Roku, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm on all of them.
so you do it 9 o'clock on so 9 o'clock till what 10 o'clock or 9 to
Yeah.
9:30? Okay, so
Uh,
you do an hour.
yep. Usually 9 till 10, and
Okay.
then we'll hang out, and I'll hang out there till around noon, and then we'll grab lunch or something, you and me.
Yeah, sounds good. So, so for those folks listening on the radio or on YouTube, if you're in the area, stop by the St. Charles Crypto World location, 2788 Muegge Road. So right off Cave Springs and Highway 70. So, it's gonna be a good time and a lot of learning. And if you haven't had a chance to meet, the famous Bitcoin Ben, you're gonna have the opportunity to do it this Tuesday. But yeah, I
Now,
mean,
some people would call it an opportunity. Some people would call it not an opportunity.
oh yeah. I remember
No,
I was in Miami with you, and you were like a celebrity down there with on Bitcoin 22.
it
It's
was a
like,
blast.
yeah, it's like, oh, get in line, folks, get in line. And that was pretty cool that you drove all the way out there with your Bitcoin Ben mobile, right? So it's like Scooby Doo, but it has Bitcoin, all Bitcoin Ben all over. So it's
Yep,
very, very easy to recognize, and it's got QR codes. So you are like
yep.
the marketing king. I told some folks here we need one of those. We need a Scooby Doo Bitcoin Ben mobile. But
And I will bring that out there on Tuesday. I'll have the van and trailer.
yeah. So Ben, what do you think about what's going on with inflation? We got only about 3 more minutes, but
It's uh they announced yesterday or today, I think it was yesterday, they jumped up the Fed's rate another 50 basis points, which puts us at between 75 and 125 or 1.25%. That's, I don't think that's enough. They're going to have to raise it more and quicker in order to catch up with this inflation. But I don't think they're going to be able to do it.
yeah, it's wild that they dumped all that money. I think what was it, 80% of all the dollar was printed in the last 2 years, and now, they gave all these people all this free money, and they're giving away free education loans and all this, and it's one plus one does not equal three, right? So it's like
Yeah,
there's got to be something that gives. So it's going to be interesting
yeah.
ride. So I tell
We
people,
we are in trouble with inflation because this inflation we are experiencing right now, this is not just we printed too much money. We have a supply chain that's broken. China is basically locked, or not all of China, but areas, very productive areas of China are locked down. Have you seen the ships that are out near China that are empty, that they are just out in the ocean?
when you say empty, there's nothing to export, or
They, there's there's nothing to export, or they will not let them load the ships.
yeah,
That is an issue because China, especially for the farmers, China is the number one producer of fertilizer in the world. And the farmers here in the Midwest, they're actually paying 4 times what they paid last year for fertilizer. So they're already saying
wow,
this year ain't nothing. Wait
yeah.
till you see prices next year. They're actually talking a loaf of bread. around $8.
Wow. Hey, we're out of time, Ben. But
Yeah.
yeah, next week, everybody, please, get on News Talk STL, and we're here every week on Saturdays. But love hearing from you, and I'll see you this Tuesday, Ben.
See you Tuesday, brother. See everyone else out there too. Bye-bye.